The movie Resident Evil, the final chapter, just opened last week. Jim Ferguson sat down with one of the stars. This is like a series, right, Jim, this movie?
Yeah, there have been several Resident Evil films.
Yep.
And this one, Resident Evil, the final chapter. And I noticed how you emphasize final chapter.
Yep.
It's supposed to be the last one. Unfortunately, I was in LA when these interviews were taking place in New York City, so I wasn't able to do Milla Jovovich.
Yeah.
Who I love. She's wonderful in this series. She plays Alice, of course. But the interview was done by a very good friend of mine, Greg Russell, who does Movie Time Plus in Detroit.
Okay.
And he's just a great guy. He did this interview for me while I was in LA because I couldn't be in New York, obviously, to do this. But I'm sorry I missed her. And it picks up after Resident Evil Retribution.
Okay.
Her character is the only survivor. And this is supposed to be, I hope not, Milla, the final one. But here's my buddy Greg Russell and Milla Jovovich.
Well, I get him to Paul. I said, you know, by being the final chapter, and you think, like, even with a video game, when you finally make it to whatever it is, you know, level 15, 20, whatever that final one is, that's when they throw everything at you. And like you said, that's how this movie starts out.
Yeah.
Just everything's coming right at you.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I think what's wonderful, it's, you know, it's got this high impact action and it's terrifying, but at the same time, I love that you really see Alice's story come to this wonderful closure. That's so interesting to see where she comes from, who she is, to have these questions answered that, you know, we've been watching her all this time and we want to know, like, where does she come from?
Right. Like you said, we've been following this journey now for 14 years, and yeah, it is great to know, okay, you know, so that's why this happens, that's why that's going on, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And something else I even told Allie, I said, the other great part is to see in this is, you know, you're used to, I'm just saying in some other things, seeing guys, you know, out there being rugged with the bulletproof belts or bullet belts, and the girls just running and screaming and falling in the mud. Help me! In this one, you two, or especially your character, you're the two bad tails who are out there, you know, beating up people.
It's true. Well, you know, I think I love doing action. I think ever since The Fifth Element, I really understood that, you know, action is something that I feel very comfortable doing. I love training for it, and, you know, it makes me happy. I don't know. It makes me feel good to be able to do the martial arts, to be able to do the stunts. So, you know, it's something that I've always had an affinity towards. So it makes me happy to see people accepting women in these kind of roles more now than they were when we first made, you know, Resident Evil.
Oh my God. And does it seem that long ago when you think about it now? Or
I guess it does. I mean, you know, I was only 24 when we shot this, so, you know, when I think back to my personal life at that point, I'm like, wow, I was such a kid.
Oh, sad you missed your girl Milla.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll do other things.
Right.
But she's been Resident Evil Alice for so long and does such a great job. And, you know, it's a popcorn movie.
Oh, okay.
Have fun. It's action. Have fun with Resident Evil, the final chapter. This Friday, we're going to do The Birth of a Nation. Nate Parker plays Nat Turner.
Right.
A little tongue twister there.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. I really like this film. It got no love at all from any of the award shows. And when it came out, which was early, we all thought that it was going to do well. It was going to get some awards, and because it's a great film. I gave it an A.
Yeah. Well, we'll hear the interview this upcoming Friday because it's already out on DVD.
It's out on DVD. Came out this month.
And you'll also, of course, let us know what else is in theaters this weekend.
Yeah, not too much.
Not too much. It's okay, Jim. To watch more of Jim's celebrity interviews and movie reviews, just go to TucsonMorningBlend.com and search for Hollywood Happenings.